Revelation 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sit upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Amashiach 1,000 years. Shalom. Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Yahweh being the true name for the Heavenly Father, Yahushai being the name for his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. I'm going to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that taught me truth and will well. The salutations to you, hopeful life pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh coming to know less the spirit power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This lesson is going to be a lesson to the spirit, and it's on my spirit to speak on this, of being killed for this truth and what you believe in your faith. This is something that you have to expect, and if you die for this thing, you are made a faithful martyr for this truth, and you're going to receive one of the greatest honors and glories of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the kingdom of heaven, when it's to be established when he comes to deliver our people. You know, you don't want to be in the spirit of fearing death, and you want to be in the spirit of dying for this truth, and willing to put everything on the line for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Many people were beheaded and killed for the Lord, for their faith and what they believe in. And the spirit is within my spirit that that's going to happen, and it's going to happen on a massive scale. You know, the scriptures speak about, you know, few are going to be saved, man. Few. You know, I'll bring that out. Okay. This is 1 Peter 4:18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? The righteous, the good people, the sincere, the ones sincere in their heart, the pure-hearted people, those are considered righteous. And those righteous people scarcely shall be saved. Scarcely, which means most of them won't be saved and won't make it from what's to come. You know, and people begin to get visions and stuff like that of the righteous fallen, the righteous, you know, being persecuted and killed for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And that's something that is to be expected. Okay. Here's just a quick little hit on Pinterest. It says, why are modern guillotines on military bases throughout North America? You know, it says during Biden's 4-day tour of Rex 84 FEMA camps, Biden was given demonstrations of fully modern humane guillotines. USA 30,000 guillotines. You don't need millions of these things to kill a lot of people. Only a couple thousand. These things will operate at such a massive scale, and will operate so flawlessly that these machines will be killing, you know, hundreds of thousands per one machine. This is you're looking at the image of the face of the modern day killing machine that will be used to kill men of the Lord, that will be used to kill the Hebrew Israelites, and even some of the hopeful elect. And it's written of within the scriptures. Some of us will die for this truth. And you have to be willing to lay down your lives for this. Not all of us are deemed to make it. Some of us won't be touched all the way to the end and be delivered. But the scriptures say righteous, you know, the righteous scarcely shall be saved. Scarcely. Which means not a whole lot is going to make it. Okay, so count the cost of what you're in. You know, if you're a person that you believe that the Spirit you've been raised up to teach is truth, count the cost. And the cost is your life. Your life. And the ones that love you the most will be hurt by it. You know, and whether you like it or not, the Lord has already deemed his hopeful elect. So regardless of what type of families they got or whatever, he don't give a damn about that. He gives a damn about using you for what you're called to do and to wake up the hopeful elect and stand up for him. He's handpicked and selected specific people for that. And no matter what's to come, you're destined to go through that. He used his only begotten son for that same thing. Why wouldn't he use you? You know, he put his only begotten son to the ultimate test, where his son, he had to watch his son be tortured to death and nailed to that cross. And his son says, you know, those that follow me shall go through what I went through. And the ones that make it and go all the way through it, they shall taste of the kingdom, and they shall be the first that are crowned in the kingdom of heaven. That's what it means to be of the hopeful elect. So yes, not all of us will be untouched. Some of us will die for this truth. Matthew 5:10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Be ready to be persecuted. Be ready to be put on blast and see your face on the news. It's going to come. We are approaching the times of that taking place. You will be blasted. You will be shamed. You will be ridiculed. People will see you wherever you go when you're driving places to get gas and be willing to kill you and spit on you pretty soon for how bad you're going to be shamed on the media. But remember this scripture when you're going through it. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. The Lord only Son had to go through that, being spit on and beaten and made death threats, man. If we're gonna be given the same spiritual powers to commit things what he said, greater than what he did, greater miracles than what he did, then accept the greater ridicule and persecution that he received. Okay? Where it goes to some precepts about martyrs, man. This is the book of 1 Peter 4, verse 14. If ye be reproached for the name of a Mashiach, that's how you say Christ in the ancient Hebrew, happy ye are, for the Spirit of glory and Yahweh resteth upon you. And their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf. So you're not going to suffer of shit that these murderers and these thieves, these evil, wicked, two-third niggas do. You're going to suffer and be ashamed for glorifying and what you stand for. You know? And ride that, man. Stand on that shit, man. Don't be afraid for what they about to do to you. You know? I'm going to go and just show you brothers something, man. Of example of being persecuted and ridiculed, man. This is just a few of the videos that I got some of the biggest hits on my original channel. But I'll go to this comment board here. You know, this was a lesson that I did in the spirit, and the whole purpose of this lesson is to show you the correct way to teach this word, and to not be proud and not enlarge the borders of your garments, and do things that the scriptures command us to do, and carry ourselves the way the scriptures commanded us to carry ourselves, And the Memphis March was not it. Okay, it was to show you and teach you the correct way to do this thing. But I'm gonna go to the comment board. You see 286 comments. All right, and you as I just scroll through this, you will begin to see the amount of hate that I received and the persecution that I received for doing this lesson. Out of 286 comments, man, 90% of these comments are scoffers and scorners. Men that sincerely hate me for doing this lesson, man. You know? So this is this dude, Ronald Morrow. This is just a small taste of what's to come. They think this thing is about jealousy of the lesson that I did. And this lesson was through the Spirit. And if you actually, the Lord's dealing with you and you pay attention, I gave scriptures and everything I said to back this up. The Lord is not with marching. The Lord is not with your chin up being proud and boastful and then look at me spirit. It's about teaching and prophesying at the highways and hedges. You know, just going through it and you see all this. Now, you see the views on it. It's got 1,903. Look at the likes and then look at the dislikes. The men of the Lord that teach, we're not famous. We're not loved amongst men. We are hated. And as the spirit of the title says, be warned, IUIC will lead you to burn. Memphis March. The real prophets were hated, not proud. And they had a very, very proud spirit when it came to that march, man. And that was just a spirit that was done in love to rebuke the brothers. Say, hey, look, I know that you believe in the Lord, but you got to go about it the right way. Provide your body a living sacrifice and quit going out there showboating, man. That's all the lesson was about. Okay? But yet, you see the hatred. This is 2 Timothy 3:12. Yea, and all that will live godly in Amashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution. The ones that live godly, you're going to suffer, man. Some of you will be physically tortured. You're on a path that speaks out against everything that this damn devil is doing. And he's watching all of your videos. He's got surveillance of your whole home. He watches every move you do, all your transactions. And Lord, this dude is looking at everything that you do. Because you are living godly. The Lord sees your works. But this damn devil wants to kill you for it. Because he wants to hold on to his kingdom. He doesn't want to lose it. But he knows the minute that he makes his move on you, that he's going to be fulfilling the prophecy of when the Lord is going to lift up a standard. And the rest of the prophecies will follow through. The minute this man begins to make his move on Israel, the minute the Lord will begin to make his move on everything he promised that he would do when this devil does that, which he's going to get closer to delivering us. Okay? This is Matthew 10, verse 28. It says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So don't fear these things of what this damn devil's going to do to you. They're going to lock you up, throw you in jail. They're going to kill you, shoot you, behead you, whatever they want to do. Don't fear that. They may kill your flesh, your body, but they can't do nothing when it comes to your soul. But the Lord can. The Lord can. Let's get another precept here on this list. Romans 8, verse 31. What shall we then say to these things? If Yahweh be for us, who can be against us? He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Okay, so I gave you that analogy. Hey, he didn't spare his only begotten son. He gave his son up to suffer for all the shit that we did. Okay? It says, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? With him, he's going to give us all things and the rewards of the kingdom of heaven. But some of those things that we have to get as well is the suffering. It said, who shall lay anything to the charge of Yahweh's elect? It is Yahweh that justifieth. Who is he that condemneth? It is a Mashiach that died, yea, rather, that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of Yahweh, who also maketh intercession for us. So all the stuff that you're doing that is wrong, that you feel in your heart and you repent from, you feel shameful for, the Lord's only begotten Son is sitting there backing you up to his Father, saying, hey, look, I know what he did is messed up, but remember what I did. I laid my life down for this man. I laid my life down for this woman. Please have mercy on him, based off of what I did. I sacrificed myself and suffered, and I did everything what I was supposed to do. I counted the cost, and I paid that tab for my brother. Have mercy on him. The Lord's only begotten Son is steadily making intercession for us, man. The hopeful elect. And he's sitting on the Lord's right hand watching every step along the way. And he's going to pick specific brothers to pass a test that he had to pass. And say, hey, look, he's worthy to get this crown. And the Lord, his Father saying, you think he's really worthy? He's saying, yeah. Put him through this and watch and see. And he's got faith in us that we're going to stay strong and make it through. And some of the ones you love the most in this physical world, they're going to be the main ones to give you up, to go to that test. This is Philippians 4:13. This is a very popular precept. I can do all things through a Mashiach, which strengtheneth me. Okay? You can do it, man. We are approaching the time where we are going to be persecuted. All this physical, carnal shit you got going on in your lives that's making you somewhat comfortable, expect to lose it. But you can do it. You can go through all things through a Mashiach, which strengthen me, which strengthen you. Keep your faith. Many of us will die for this truth, man. There's no getting around that. The guillotines are here. You see all the laws that's being placed to come against everything that the brothers are teaching. Ultimately, this is the visual image of some of the last things that we will be seeing in our last carnal lives. Is this footage here? If you were able to look up and see the blade coming down, this may be the last thing you see before the kingdom of heaven. But you know what? You may see this last, but the greatest, most beautiful thing to wake up to is them golden gates, man. And the streets paved with gold. Just let that sink in for a minute, man. Many of us will die for this truth. Many of our family members, our loved ones will come against us. And you won't be able to explain why you're receiving so much hatred. Because you stand for something, man. You're on a specific path. And you don't have time for the carnal, worldly bullshit. So those that are not right to the spirit, and they're in your lives and you're dealing with them, they're going to be constantly against you. It is as to be expected. This is the image of the future for the righteous, man. And you know what? If you get this death, Give all praises, call all Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that you got a quick and easy, peaceful death. That's all right. Take it with a grain of salt. But just know that when the Lord returns and he gives you your spiritual body, you're going to get your vengeance. Scripture says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. You will get your payback. It will not go unanswered. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. This is just to the spirit. Brothers sometimes get a heavy spirit of things that may come to them or to other brothers that's within the truth, and this is something that is on my spirit. It's something that may happen to me, may not. But I wanted to push this out there, and Lord willing, to be edifying, to anybody that may be having doubts or may be scared or worried about what's to come. Don't fear this shit, man. Accept it. Embrace it. Be bold and be strong for what's to come. You got to be willing and ready to withstand anything that this damn devil is going to throw at you. And he's going to put everything that you love and all those that you love against you until you get this. So I'm going to go ahead and close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that tell the truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopefully pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. Shalom.